This video is brought to you by Cami BJJ. Women's main character Jiu-Jitsu Open Tournament. This was technically supposed to be a 145-pound plus tournament, but it seemed like my opponent's weights were kind of all over the place, so I'm just going to call it an open tournament. We shake hands with the ref, shake hands with each other, and the ref starts the match, and we start to hand fight. This is under a sub-only rule set, so there's no points. It either goes till there's a submission, or if the time runs out and there's no submission, then it will go to referee's decision. We are looking to get to our good hand positioning, our good head positioning, and trying to control the mat. I'm trying to apply forward pressure, and she's doing a good job of circling. She's really looking to hit her arm drags and start to hit some little trips or start to take my back off of the arm drag, but I'm doing a good job of defending. I found out after the match that she is a black belt who is known for her wrestling, and she actually came all the way from Canada to compete in the main character Jiu-Jitsu events this weekend. So it was really cool to get to grapple against somebody that I had not grappled against before and who had really good hand fighting and good wrestling. Here she starts to get a grip on my arm and starts to look for that Russian tie position, but I'm able to get my head in a better position and pull my arm out. I'm looking for my 2-on-1 grips, trying to control posture and keep my head positioning good, and start to look for my takedowns. She's doing a great job of staying really light on her feet while also being heavy in her hand fighting, which makes it difficult for me to establish the grips that I want and start to hunt for my takedown. I'm trying to keep good forward pressure and make sure that I'm not getting too reachy with my grips and staying in nice and close. I look to try to pick up the leg, but she is able to defend. It's really easy in these moments when you've been on the feet for a while and neither one of you is getting a takedown to start to get flustered and want to either pull guard or start to make mistakes, but you just got to stay disciplined in your stance and in your technique and start to look for those opportunities. Here we are tied up in this collar tie position. I'm pressuring her back, and here as we start to circle around, I'm able to get in on the legs. I get my opportunity and I take her down. She's immediately trying to push me away and create space so she can get back up, but I'm able to stay up in this nice combat base position with my knee wedged into the middle of the guard and hold her down. I am working to secure my positioning, trying to keep good frames, good wedging, not let her get back up and control the position while also maintaining that knee wedged in the middle of the guard so that she's not able to lock her legs. She's trying to attack for my arm, but I'm keeping good posture and preventing her from being able to attack for things. I decide to sit back on a leg lock because, like I said, it is sub only, and so I want to make sure that I'm getting good sub attempts in. But I didn't quite have the bite that I wanted. Here I'm trying to create some space, and I wind up in this DOA position, which is not my favorite position because it makes it hard for me to push her away. You can see she's starting to stack up on top of me and get her foot to the ground, whereas I am trying to create space and trying to get her back down to the ground so that I can start to get extension on my leg lock. Here she is doing a great job of pressuring into me and continuing to try to flatten me out and press me down to prevent me from sweeping her back over with this leg lock position and trying to attack in on another leg lock. She is looking to maintain this top pressure chest-to-chest position while trying to work her right leg free from my entanglement, whereas I am looking to create some space, start to get back underneath the leg, and sweep her back over so that I can start my attacks. Right now, she has the underhooks and is looking to try to elevate my arms, both because it will make it easier for her to pass and also because she can start to look for her submissions from here. But I'm doing a pretty good job of keeping my elbows in tight and not letting her elevate my arms super high. She is still trying to keep that top pressure and start to walk that foot out. I'm trying to press on her face and try to create enough space that I can start to underhook underneath her arms and start to either look to elevate or look to try to underhook one of her legs and start to invert again for some better positioning. Here I'm able to start to create just a little bit of space and a little bit of elevation, which is enough for me to be able to start to move my hips and not be quite so flat on the mat the way that she wants me to be. And from there, I'm able to use that little bit of space and little bit of hip movement to start to work back in for my open guard. So here she gives me a little bit more space. I'm creating a little bit more inch by inch, and I'm able to get back to that open guard type position. She is still looking to pass, where I am looking to maintain this space that I've created and either sweep or submit. As she is trying to start to knee cut through, I'm able to get back in on a leg and start to hunt for my leg entanglement positions. I'm able to get to my ashy or single leg X position. She still has her foot on the floor, which makes it difficult for me to straight ankle lock her, but I am looking to create that space and start to get that extension on the ankle, but I'm not able to, so I switch it to a heel hook. I look for my rotation on the heel hook and she rolls with me. I had a good bite on the heel, but I was just not able to quite maintain the positioning that I needed, and she did a good job of defending. She gets her foot back to the floor. I wind up back in this DOA position with her trying to come up and stack me. But I do a better job of maintaining space this time around. I keep my bite on that heel and on that foot, and I start to look for my heel hook from this backside position, and she is doing a good job of defending, and the time runs out. I was bummed I was not able to get a submission because, like I said, this is a sub-only rule set, so there were no points. But the ref comes back for the referee's decision, and he does give me the referee's decision because of the takedown and the heel hooking attempts. But she was a really great opponent. She had great top pressure, great defense, and was really good in the hand fighting position. So super fun match. Was super grateful to go against her. All right, match number 2. I just need a little moment of appreciation for the fact that I caught this ankle band. That's literally the only reason I included that clip, because I thought that was impressive. So I shake hands with the ref, we shake hands with each other, and he separates us and starts the match. You can already tell by her positioning, both in her stance and her hand fighting, that she is going to be a good wrestler. So I was excited to go against her and be able to work on some more wrestling. We start to tie up, and I'm looking to try to get to my takedowns and try to not let her get to her takedowns. We separate, and then we are back to our hand fighting. She goes back for this collar tie, and so I tie up with her, start to drive her backwards. She does a good job of circling back to the center. I start to reach to get in on the legs, and she sits to guard, which I was not expecting because I was expecting her to want to wrestle, but she does a really good job of switching it to this single leg when she's able to secure that single leg takedown, and we land in half guard. I thought that was really smooth, and I was not expecting that, so I was impressed. I am able to secure my lockdown on her right leg and am starting to look for my underhook to try to get to my sweeping positions. She is looking to get a grip on the head and start to knee slice through. Here she is trying to switch those grips on the head to a darce and try to pull my head in to get a choke, but she's leaving a lot of space with her hips, which I'm able to capitalize on to start to get up underneath her for my better half guard position and start to create enough space that I can start to look to get my full guard back. I'm able to lock up my full guard, and I'm looking to control posture and start to hunt for my sweeps and submissions. Here she's trying to stand. She does a good job of picking me up, but I am able to unlock my guard and sweep her over. She kind of goes in like she's about to go in on a leg lock for a second, but she abandons it, tries to get back up, and I wrestle up and put her back down on her back. From here, I'm looking to keep this knee wedged in so that she's not able to get her closed guard. I'm looking to control this position, and I start to secure my grip on the leg and sit back for my leg lock in this ashy position. She tries to get her foot to the ground and roll through to escape, but I'm able to secure my heel hook and win this match by outside heel hook. I didn't realize until after the match that this girl was really young. I felt a little bit bad that I heel hooked her after I found that out. But she was really great, super talented. Like I said at the beginning, she had a really great wrestle up, so I was really impressed with her, and she had a super fun, positive attitude. But yeah, I was super excited to win this tournament. The event ran really, really smoothly, and I had two really great opponents. I also appreciate that I was able to get some extra mat time with some opponents that I hadn't competed against before, especially since I was flying out all the way to Texas. It was nice to get some extra matches. Plus, it gave me an opportunity to show off my super cute ranked hair scrunchie, which you can see in my hair here. It looks really cute. Which brings me to the sponsor of this video, Cami BJJ, a super awesome female-owned small business that makes ranked hair scrunchies in both adult and kids BJJ belts. Use code Cyanide at checkout for 10% off. Link in description.